which is about halfway between here and Ann Arbor. Face-off won by Ohio State, and we are underway into this. Charlie Stramel carries the puck into the attacking zone for Michigan State. Guarded by Chris Abel. Basgall, a wrister from the line, and the puck caroms into the corner in the first period before Ohio State's outburst last night. Here's the captain, Davis Burnside. Two-year captain for the Buckeyes. Bryce Ingles with a pass onto the wing. Shot misses the net, rims around to the point. William Smith sends it back down into the corner. Puck taken by Michigan State. At neutral ice, Ryan Gordon.
Let's pause it. Well, let's count through who we have.
So we've got a power play for Michigan State here just 2 minutes into this game. Riker Lee, a no-look pass down to Daniel Russell. Recycled by Martone to Basgall. Here's Lee on the dot, a shot and a score! Michigan State strikes quickly on the power play.
Well, that didn't take long. A team that was disappointed with their effort and with their outcome Friday get an opportunity, and they absolutely capitalize on that. Basgall drags the penalty-killing box towards the center. Then they move it around. All of a sudden, that box collapses. That allows Riker Lee a bit more space to come in. Eberle can't get off his goal crease there. He's got big Charlie Stramel boxing him in. And Riker Lee with a gem there, high to the short side.
As Karan on the left wing goes to Thompson on the right instead.
Looking for that pop-out play again to Burnside. He's a bit high for my liking. It's just really hard to score from that far away against Trey Augustine. As all of a sudden we have Thompson mixing it up with Basgall, Shouty, and the big presence of Colin.
Bryce Ingles back to Smith. Open, looking for the stick of Isley down low. Augustine in position between the pipes. Eyes paired defensively. Karan with the takeaway deep in the Michigan State zone. Feeds Rozzi, loose puck, slips into the corner off the stick of Rozzi. Nathan McBrayer up to the blue line. Rozzi deflects the puck all the way down to Trey Augustine, who traps it.
Trey Augustine happy to just slow things down because things were getting a little spicy in front of him. Karan strips the puck there. Surprised he didn't try to dart out into the slot area and stuff this. As we'll get
turns, deals past Basgall, and the takeaway by Hong at center ice. Now Gordon flips it into the crease, and a penalty called. It's a penalty against Michigan State. Gavin O'Connor, 10th minor penalty of the weekend for Michigan State. Riley Thompson, toe drag, save Augustine. On the half wall, Sabo.
And try to take advantage of the speed void. Wonderful stick in the neutral zone by Nielsen.
Eric Nielsen, shorthanded, buries one on Eberle. And the
entrance is gained by the freshman defense.
Smith wrists one behind the net. Picked up by Max Montez, who had 3 points left. Drags, and the shot blocked. Max Montez on it. Montez looking for an alley, and he puts it into the glove of Augustine.
Trey Augustine had to deal with a pair of shots, and we're going to show you one of the best opportunities here is Karan goes across. Love the patience that Thompson has here to release. Look at Augustine's stick. It was tied in by Carabella. But I want to show you this play. You have a power play. You should never try to beat a player one-on-one.
Tangled in the corner to the left of Christopher Eberle. Loose puck, and it trickles all the way into the crease. Eberle covers it up. Colin Ralph on it. Slams on the brakes to avoid the crashing Ryan Gordon. Now here's Shane Van Sage, the native of St. Louis. Able for McBrayer, the defenseman on the ice for Ohio State. Martone tries to blow up McBrayer.
McBrayer reverse hits him there. Martone took a look at the official.
Able for Thompson, score! Ohio State on the board. Riley Thompson with his 10th of the season, and the Buckeyes have drawn even.
Well, this all starts below the goal line. McBrayer shields himself and gets his team a zone exit here. Then they build speed through the neutral zone. Karan pushing the forwards back. Then they spread left to right, not once, but twice. Awfully difficult for Augustine on this pass right here because he's already squared up on the other forward, and Thompson is able to beat him to the far side because of it. Great puck movement by the Buckeyes and a tremendous release by Thompson. Similar to Riker Lee, he didn't dust that puck off again.
He's in Columbus back in early January, and in Michigan State, its most lopsided loss of the season last night, 5-1. Buckeyes haven't swept Michigan State in Munn Arena in more than 4 years. You got to go back to the 2021-22 season. Burnside tries to drag around Sturback, loose puck. Here's Montez, centering pass, and Crocker scores for Ohio State. Niall Crocker gives the Buckeyes the lead in the first.
Wow, what a flurry of activity for the Buckeyes. Down early off a power play marker by Riker Lee, and they come storming back. Burnside comes in, not 1-on-2, 1-on-3. Keeps possession of that puck, then gets it over to Montez. And what a pass by Max Montez. Two players come to him. He recognizes, I need to get rid of this puck. Somebody's available. And
Asgall to Riker Lee, who had the power play goal just over 2 minutes into this game. One-timer Martone tipped behind the net. Lee, another try. Waved off. It hit the post. Kept in by Basgall. Puck bobbled by Russell. It finds Lee on the half wall. Riker Lee for Stramel. Fought off by Eberle with Russell in front. Martone drops it off for Russell. Bodied by Burnside in the clear by Thompson. Excuse me, McBrayer.
It hit somebody on the Ohio State bench. The whistle.
Puck stays in the attacking zone for the Spartans. Owen West with the reach. Here's Porter Martone. Martone with an assist tonight. Shoots, save Eberle.
Martone, after his shot, leans into the defense there, makes some body contact. And watch this. Comes in, and Russell collects on the backhand, tries to elevate, can't quite do so. 4 shots on this power play, 5 if you want to include the one that hit the post. Not technically a shot on goal, and maybe noticing that Guy Godowski's team didn't come out with just a fevered effort.
Tommy Monisto on the puck for Michigan State, tries to tuck that one in the post.
That skate guard off.
Both teams had possible rush opportunities fall by the wayside. Charlie Stramel on the ice. Leahy wrists one off the stick of Russell and into the corner. Rebound played by Stramel. Here's Martone in time. He scores! A beautiful goal for Porter Martone. And we're tied at 2.
I want to remind fans, this is one of the most intense freshmen in all of college hockey. A true throwback type of player. And there's certain things you can teach. You can teach stick handling. You can teach skating. The patience you're about to see that Porter Martone establishes and displays after that pass from Stramel is a difference maker. He easily, on his forehand, could have cradled and tried to shoot far side. He understands that with the traffic in front, it was going to be awfully difficult for the netminder Eberle. An unbelievable goal for the freshman.
Here's McBrayer for the Buckeyes. What a fun first period this has been. Loose in the Michigan State slot. What a pass by Russell to Martone. Possible rush for the Spartans. Martone, and it was blocked partially by Abel. Saved by Eberle out of the crease. He shovels the puck out wide. Still Michigan State control. Basgall looking for the stick of speed
in some sort of battle in inside of 2.2 seconds.
Martone got a deflected puck and put it on net. Eberle makes the save, and Martone, Michigan State will claim the regular season title this year. Michigan, remember, the caveat there is their regular season schedule is done. They are idle next weekend. Goals the majority of the season, and yet with Michigan done, Zemer and Martone might very well get over. West and Lindstrom again. West shoots off the stick of Romani.
O'Connell just right out front again.
Lindstrom fires high. Long rebound played by Barnhill. And the puck muscled over the blue line, recollected by Romani. Martone. Russell. Across. Sturback. Knocked down. Carabella starts the exit. Felix Caron. Over the blue line and is pushed down by Patrick Geary. In the Ohio State zone, James Hahn wraps it behind him, kept in by Barnhill. In front. Deflected puck swept away by Eberle. McGinley, skyward, beautiful pass, but Martone now lugs the mail. Martone. Puck bounces up in the air. Tommy Manisto feeds the point. Sturback, high slot, just wide.
Spartan stick ready to release.
Now Anthony Romani curls on the wing. Now approaches, and the shot kicked up into the netting.
James Hong just doing enough to get that. Big hit there by Colin Ralph. Catches Isley.
But Gordon, a backhander, missed. William Smith throws it in front, looking for Hong. Here's Lindstrom. Move to Smith. Center right. Isley looking for Hong, crashing the net. Loose puck for Gordon. Deflected by Stramel on the shot.
Only 17-year-old freshman.
Rozzi for deck cut, shot blocked in traffic by Wise, who somehow got a squeaker onto August.
Wilder, number 15, excuse me. Just think he'd be a great addition. They're a little soft up the middle. That's where they have a need, and he's certainly doing that well in college hockey.
Here's a chance for Rozzi. He scores! Jake Rozzi gives Ohio State the second period lead on his first goal of the season. What a series for Jake Rozzi.
Unbelievable and great passing here. You're going to see a gem by Davis Burnside, who has the puck right now, but he's going to give it away and get it back from deck cut. He controls that puck on his backhand, shields it from the defender, and perfectly positions it for Rozzi. Look at his heads up. Beats Augustine low. I believe Augustine thought that was going high. Rozzi with a huge first goal of the season, and that gives the Buckeyes a...
It's the zone for Ohio State now. Carabella puts one right on Augustine, tight to the post.
Just trying to throw that on, kick out a rebound. He had Felix Caron going in. You're not going to get that.
That goal for Ohio State's Jake Rozzi on the rush.
Really surprising that Penn State didn't come out with a better effort, given how hard they played coming back in this game. We're going to have to see if the Spartans can come back. They played hard. That guy's paying together.
Stramel has 2 goals and an assist against Ohio State this season, but none in this weekend set at Munn Arena. Battling for the faceoff there. It's won by Ohio State, and Riley Thompson asked Stramel for Martone. Martone for Stramel, and he missed the net wide on the stick side.
He's trying to chip that up high as Eberle was going down.
Here's Geary, D-to-D pass. Sturback for Stramel. High bounce. Riker Lee around the circle. To the net, off the post on a deflection.
Second time Riker Lee's hit the post in this hockey game. One-timer in period number 1 rang off the crossbar.
Wow. I don't know if you can say Riker Lee is snake bit because he's got a goal in this game and his teammates in front. Nielsen backhands it in for Eberle. Nielsen tried to
jump face-off. It's weird, but he does it every once in a while.
Lee approaching, and he tried to bury it under the crossbar.
He's releasing towards Eberle.
Long pass to Martone. Porter Martone for Stramel. What a save by Eberle. Basgalt the weekend. Ohio State trying to add its mark here late in the 25-26 campaign. Nielsen to the blue line. West shoots. Save made. Nielsen on the rebound. West again. Romani shoots. Scores!
this game. Anthony Romani gets his 14th of the season. How about Nielsen here? Moves it up. West moves it across. Romani releases this high to the short side there. The eyes of the netminder taken away with the body in front. Eberle going down.
Free for Sabo. Sabo. Played out wide to Burnside. Backdoor deck cut. Save made by Augustine. Pops up off the stick of Deckut, and Shouty shovels it up, and finally out, thanks to Michigan State's Anthony Romani. Could they leapfrog both?
I think it's a valid question. Probably. It's been a topsy-turvy year. Wisconsin #2 at one point. You know, Minnesota.
Basgall steps on the puck after the faceoff. Stramel, Russell, broken up by Abel, and then it slips toward Eberle. He gets knocked over.
He's trying his best to try to hold on to that puck too, as he was toppling back.
To center. Hauled in by Lindstrom and Romani. Romani, swing and a miss. Second try, puts it on Eberle. After Bryce Ingles, the Ohio State defenseman, sold out on the expected first shot.
A little bit harder even for Eberle. Romani misses on that first one, goes over top of it, but at that point, Eberle is down. Look at Lindstrom here, extend his skate to stay inside, but this is the how well they played all weekend long.
And it's Romani with the steal. Romani the drag. Shot blocked by Abel and eventually covered up by Eberle.
Anthony Romani just feeling it right now. A tremendous and heralded goal scorer and Barry in the Ontario Hockey League. Look at that. Dragging it with the fishhook move and through the stick of back in a shooting position. Caravel's going to draw it to the middle.
Draw one by Michigan State, but they can't clear. Now they force it out thanks to Tommy Manisto. And we go to overtime in the series finale between Michigan State and Ohio State. 3-3 through 60 minutes.
An unbelievable effort
of Traverse City, Michigan. Buckeyes 2-6-1 in overtime. On the ice with Burnside and Sabo for Ohio State. Here's a chance for Burnside. He missed the net. Rebound controlled by Basgall. Burnside does not make the handoff. Burnside into the glove of Augustine.
Augustine thought about putting that puck down. Nice job by Davis Burnside, carving his way through the neutral zone with some swift crossovers. He had his head up there. Wasn't going to drop that as he knew he had Manisto on the rails. Look at how we're making sure they don't extend to the exterior unnecessarily.
Romani misses the net. Great play by Eberle. Handled a couple of moves for Eberle just off the doorstep.
What a play there by Anthony Romani, just darting down Main Street, but Eberle deep in that goal crease. That allowed him to get lateral really quickly.
There he is at the blue line. Anthony Romani. Ralph brings it back out. 40 seconds to go in overtime. Smith, and the puck glides away. Romani with 8 seconds. 7. Romani with 5. Romani save Eberle.
He was looking over his shoulder for a potential call right there as well. Romani just flat out given all he had left. He was deep in that shift, unable to separate from the defenseman there. Eberle stands.
Eberle, the native of Michigan, has been one of the Ohio State stars this weekend. Daniel Russell, also a Michigander, will open the shootout.
I feel like they're going to go right across the top line. They're going to go Russell, Stramel, Martone for Michigan State.
Russell on Eberle, out to challenge him. Russell shoots and scores. And Michigan State strikes first in the shootout.
Well, great shot there by Daniel Russell. He's going to open up in a Mohawk position. That's going to then allow him to quick move to his forehand, where he's able to expose some space.
The reaction from the Michigan State bench. And Max Montez greeted with a chorus of boos from Munn Arena. Montez on Augustine. Montez saved by Augustine.
Augustine aggressive right there. Montez taking a non-traditional route. And the fact that he was going in from his backhand side. Ordinarily, you'd see a left-hand shot come in from the opposite, go lateral with his stick in front of him.
Now it's Riker Lee. A goal tonight and a couple of posts. Riker Lee. Save Eberle.
Riker Lee tried to find 5-hole there. Eberle able to shut that down. Surprised he didn't go high to the short side again. That's where he scored and rung one off the post. Yeah, good positioning and mobility by Eberle.
Jake Carabella with 11 goals on the season. Carabella saved by the glove of Augustine.
When you have Trey Augustine in net, going into these shootouts, you know, is an entirely different experience. So the hottest player in the third period, Anthony Romani, is going to shoot here. Look at Carabella looking, but there wasn't much to shoot at.
Romani for the win. Romani misses the net.
Like the move there, sold the backhand, tried to go quickly across as a right-hander. Eberle again had the answer for that with his left toe. Eberle deep enough in his net to move laterally. Burnside now.
Augustine for the win for Michigan State. Burnside comes in with speed and scores to extend the shootout.
Davis Burnside, a right-hander, comes in and is just going to rush this into his backhand, kisses it off the post to extend things further. Fitting goal for the captain. Look at the bench right there.
Now the freshman phenom, Porter Martone. A dazzling goal for Michigan State in regulation. Taking his time on Eberle. Martone misses the net. And now the Buckeyes can win it.
Normally when you see a player go in that slow, they're really going to stick handle in close. Trevor Zegras loves to do this in the National Hockey League.
Adam Isley with a chance to win it for Ohio State. Isley. Save made by Augustine.
Big glove right there as Isley went lateral and tried to hoist. Eyes up, looking, trying to drop him down there with that little tickle. And how about Charlie Stramo, a senior on senior night, and he get the goal.
From the wing, Stramo, a deke and a backhand goal. Charlie Stramo puts the pressure right back on Ohio State.
Well, similar to what we saw before, he's going to provide a quick mohawk here and then go back against the grain, able to elevate quickly. Gordon in now.
Gordon, backhand score. We play on in the shootout.
Wow, very similar to what we saw Charlie Stramo to do. He comes in, does a mini mohawk, and then cuts against the grain just like Stramo and elevates.
Now the freshman Eric Nielsen from Sweden. What a finale to the weekend in Big Ten hockey. Nielsen, saved by Eberle.
Unfortunately, he was shaking his head there because the puck started to roll right around the top of the circle, which is difficult, and that'll shake you as a freshman. Now we have the goal scorer, the sophomore from Kirkland, Quebec, Jake Rossi, in the lineup, had an assist last night and a huge goal in this one.
Trying to win it for Ohio State. Rossi on Augustine, fought off, and we continue.
Augustine challenging there nicely, confident in that goal crease. Rossi just tried to come in and go high to the short side.
It's Gavin O'Connell's turn. Junior from Plymouth, Minnesota. Eberle challenges. O'Connell could not get it around the skate of Eberle.
Thought he was going to be able to accelerate quick enough. Eberle right on the spot. He was leaning right and was able to catch an edge and push back left. James Hong now.
7th round of the shootout. Ohio State can win it with a goal. Hong, save! Augustine and Eberle dueling in the crease.
While we continue the trend here of trading spectacular saves there, Hong goes in, tests the glove, and how about another senior, a four-year player, Tiernan Shouty, an emotional player in this building would erupt.
To the 8th we go. Shouty is denied by Eberle.
Yeah, Shouty sold the shot. Eberle stayed up and then was able to shimmy to his left and really cover with the glove. Watch the glove turn down.
Now it's the junior Broughton Sabo. Sabo tries to go high and he misses.
Tries to go with the off-speed short side hoister. As he comes in, I love the angle that he takes. Doesn't sell that backhand quite hard enough. And now we've got a defenseman, another senior, captain Matt Basgall.
Basgall from Eberle's right. Basgall couldn't slip it through the 5-hole.
Just a touch off the mark there. At this point, you know, it gets to be a touch fatiguing for the netminder going time and time again. It's a new shooter every time, so we got Caron going now.
Felix Caron, a serpentine approach. In the slot, a save made by Augustine, and we go to the 10th.
I thought he was going to hold on to that puck a touch longer. He has his head up. I thought this was going to be a fake and he was going to cut to his left. Now we've got the 4th overall pick coming in, Caden Lindstrom.
Lindstrom accelerates, and again the left pad by Christopher Eberle. No one's been able to get it past him on that side.
Seemingly everybody's tried that side. The only person to go short side was Charlie Stramos, went short and then elevated rapidly, and so now we have big Riley Thompson going in.
Thompson a goal scorer this weekend. Thompson denied again by Augustine.
Wow, what a shootout. How about it? Augustine a touch deep on that one. He bit a bit on the strong side. Now we've got 6'6" Matt Leahy going in, a Toronto draft pick.
The 11th round of the shootout. Leahy misses off the backhand.
The value when you're 6'6" is you can move that puck laterally. That's what he tries to do. Sell this forehand and then rush it to the backhand and get it up high.
Another chance for Ohio State to win it. This is Sam Deckut bringing it way wide on Augustine. Glove at the ready. Deckut couldn't go 5-hole.
Great poke check, I believe, as well from Augustine as he was trying to retract back into that goal crease. Deckut's trying to sell the backhand. Just enough of a poke check there.
Now the sophomore Shane Van Sage. 12th round at Munn Arena. Not ready to turn out the lights on senior night. Van Sage off the blocker.
Yeah, first one to test the blocker side since Charlie Stramo, but a right-hander, Stramo a left-hander. This netminder here dialed in.
Both netminders putting on a showcase. Thomas Wise on Augustine. Wise denied on the post.
This is unbelievable. Wise head up. I mean, Augustine is just down cat-like. So now I got defenseman big Colin Ralph coming in. At this point, I wouldn't mind somebody coming in just taking a heater. Just take the slapper.
It won't be Ralph. He shoots and scores.
Wow. Patience opens up the legs. Eberle, I think, set to push to his left, and that is where Ralph was able to convert. Yeah, great heads-up play by the defenseman. Now we've got another one. Ethan Strachey coming in, a senior.
From Palm Coast, Florida, to extend the game, Strachey denied, and Michigan State wins in a 13-round shootout. They send the senior class off the Munn Ice Arena rink with a win in their final home game. memorable game at that, a 13-round shootout.
Look at Augustine here. He's up, he's focused, he's down. Attacking with that goal stick as he did on the preceding shot, and he punches home a victory for the Spartans on senior night.
Lots of kudos for Trey Augustine as he stops 11 of 13 shots in the shootout. And the handshake line, a hard-fought 4 games between these two teams in the regular season. Wouldn't mind a 5th game, quite honestly, in the Big Ten tournament at some point. Here's what turned out to be the game winner from Colin Ralph.
Colin Ralph just kind of snakes his way in there, head up, slow, watching, strikes with that 5-hole shot. You know, as you start a shootout, you know, you figure you're going to have at most 5 or 6 shooters. Not that you're going to go into double digits. That was like a game within a game. You should have had to pay for another ticket to watch that exhibition.
Well, Colin Ralph gets the game's first star. Porter Martone, the second star. Anthony Romani, the